Really great question. Thanks. So yeah, the question is, what are we doing to focus on diversity right now in the company, in our hiring process and bringing people on board and yeah. So I think it's been a really interesting journey for us. I think, in the spirit of transparency, and we've have two people in the team who have really championed focus on diversity and inclusivity, Neil and Courtney, and they've been really great to push that forward, and myself and Leo have been excited that they've really brought that to light and try and really talk with them a lot and help them to push that forward as much as possible. I think we had an interesting situation where we are 75 people in 50 different cities, all across the world in 5 continents, and so in a lot of ways we have a lot of a huge amount of diversity, so many different accents and languages in the team and things. But then at the same time we do have some challenges we really need to tackle in terms of the amount of diversity we have in the team right now as well. So one of the really great things that's happened in the last 6 months or a year has been that we thought, okay, how can we work on this problem, and then you kind of trace it back to, okay, the people we're bringing on board depends on the applicant pool, the people that are applying, and we've been lucky that our hiring has been almost 100% inbound of people getting in touch with us that have heard about Buffer and our culture and things. We've been lucky to get around about 2,000 applications a month for all the different roles we have, and so we've actually been able to take quite a data-driven approach to what's the as an example, what's the gender ratio there and things like that. And we hit a really great milestone recently in the last month or so, where we now have 50% ratio, gender ratio for, and maybe correct anything that I mentioned earlier, we have 50-50 ratio for the applicant pool now, and it used to be have quite a disparity there. I think, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was probably like 70%, 80%, maybe even male applicant pool before. So, and that's been, I'd say some of the specific things we've done there have been the wording, language that we're using in the job listings that we have, and especially the titles we have we had even, for example, using the word developer instead of engineer was something that we found. Oh yeah, we used to use hacker. Yeah, that was the key one. So you would say like, web, like a hacker, growth hacker, iOS hacker. These are the terms we were using for, and it's these kind of terms that I think can make a big difference. And we went from hacker to then engineer and then developer. I think that was one of the key examples that made a big difference. And there's little things like, making sure that not all of your examples you have in blog posts or in the job listings are like male-oriented things of saying he and things like that. So yeah, it's something. And then of course in the spirit of transparency, one of the things we did quite early as well is to make all of that data, the applicant pool data, the current team diversity, make that all public. So we have a diversity dashboard at diversity.buffer.com. You can go and see all of that information as well, and we put that out there because we're not 100% happy with the situation, and we want to hold ourselves accountable to that and get ideas from other people as well. So yeah,
it's awesome. One thing I just want to say to that, we actually have a session this week at the retreat. It's called Unconscious Bias Training, with someone that's flying in from San Francisco. So we're really excited to make some big efforts at Buffer, and Joel and I oftentimes reflect on the fact that we are both two white males. We have been a little bit biased and not that conscious of some of the issues going on around gender, ethnicity, and some of those things. And personally, truthfully, it took me quite a bit of time to admit that, to myself, and thankfully to Courtney, to Neil, helping us see that we have actually not been doing that good of a job here. And sometimes in my mind, I would always see myself like, I'm treating everyone the same, right? I'm you know, open to everyone. But then you look at some of our numbers and you look at some of the things we're doing, right? And like, that are unconscious, right? Like you don't do those things with you know, intentionally, but you still have the choice to change even your unconscious things. And I don't want to shy away. And I think we both, all as a company, don't want to shy away from taking those steps. So yeah, unconscious bias training, we're really excited. So we have someone come in and teach the whole company and how we can all sort of have a better view on treating everyone in a better way.
Cool.